Have you ever experienced the excitement of discovering a natural wonder? The world is a whole of exciting places. Some are unique, and France is one of them. It is a country that is ideal for lovers of art, filled with history and beauty in every step one can take. However, here lies the greatest treasure of France, its welcoming people, extraordinary art, and the spirit that transcends any memorial or piece of architecture. Whether standing on the peak of some beautiful cliff or enjoying a true café au lait in a French cafe, France becomes a part of your spirit. And then there are the wonders of nature. What makes them so charming and powerful? Maybe it's because they remind us of just how incredible our world is. Stay tuned to explore more of these natural wonders that make our world unique. Did you know the bay's tides are the highest in France? Let's find out how these tides shape the land and bring life to the area. Mont Saint-Michel Bay, a magical natural wonder. Mont Saint-Michel Bay is one of the most famous landscapes in Europe, and it is between Normandy and Brittany. The island itself is a massive Michael's Mount, but the whole bay where it is located is also part of the World Heritage Sites as the immense plains of land and sea. Rich in maritime attractiveness, the bay boasts France's most excellent tidal range, broad salt meadows, polders, and famous oyster beds. The sand, beach, tall trees, calm waters, and even Mont Saint-Michel's reflection in the water give it a magical feeling. The wildlife here is also quite rich. 130 bird species such as gulls, common scoter, vegan, and bean goose. Below the frontage is an affluent, region-specific population of flounders and other flatfish, sole, skate, black, sea bream, and migrating salmonids and lampreys, which attract dolphins and seals. It also houses a jealously preserved area of approximately 1,000 hectares of sand and mud to the north of the island called Le Banc des Hermelles, which is made of honeycomb worms and is the largest in Europe. Mont Saint-Michel Bay is a beautiful location in the traditional country, and it is often visited for its views, wildlife, and mere beauty. What fantastic wildlife calls this coast home? With puffins and gannets nesting nearby, the coast is entire of life waiting to be discovered. The Pink Granite Coast in Brittany, a rare coastal beauty. The Pink Granite Coast is a marvelous 10-kilometer stretch of coastline in the Côtes d'Armor of northern Brittany, facing the English Channel and famous for pretty pinkish-brown granite rocks. They are peculiarly placed in piles upon the shore, and the views can make one believe in charms. Among these, some of the most important towns are Granite, which is a trendy resort area, Bordeaux, home to as many as 12 beaches, Verdun, famed for numerous menhirs, and Tregestelle, where the shallow ocean bedway opens a different world. Next to this coastline are the Seven Isles, which form an area of conservation that hosts as many as 27 different species of birds that nest here, some of which include the majestic northern gannet and the playful and cute puffin. The Pink Granite Coast also has its natural wonders. In Tregestelle, there is La Boule, a ball of stone that can only be visited when the sea is out, and a great rock that begins to roll with a push. These stones, with rosy hues, red as older men's faces, have been carved out over years of wearing down and then boiling and turning into those figures we can spot as a hippopotamus, a painter's palette, a whale's head, and even a crown. Painters fell in love with this bizarre copper-colored land ray, and painters are still in love with it today. You may be surprised to learn that pink granite coasts are pretty limited. Interestingly, apart from the one in Brittany, there are only 2 others in the world. One located in Corsica at Capo Rosso, and the other at Qingdao Island, off the coast of China in the Yellow Sea. What makes the Gorges du Verdon so special? This canyon is truly a natural wonder, from its stunning cliffs to its beautiful green waters. The Gorges du Verdon, Europe's largest canyon. The Gorges du Verdon, created millions of years ago by the river Verdon carving the plateaus of the Haute-Provence area, is a magnificent landscape between Castellane and Moistures Sainte-Marie, and 50 kilometers west of Manosque. Often referred to as Europe's largest canyon, the Gorges du Verdon measures 33 kilometers in length and varies in width from as little as 6 meters to as much as 1.5 kilometers wide and is 700 meters deep. This is a fabulous formation of limestone cliffs, the attractive green color of the water and the beautiful lake views, so this country is a guarantor of an unforgettable view. Visitors have plenty of ways to take it in all the beauty here. It has many trails for trailblazing. You can raft or cruise in the river, you can swim in the lake, or else you can drive one of the many gorgeous excellent viewpoint roads. Wealthy history lovers will find nearby a road Napoleon, which marks the route taken by Emperor Napoleon in 1815, when he was returning from exile to try to regain the throne of France, an incredible addition to this magnificent trip. The Verdon Natural Regional Park also has several excellent trails, mostly well signposted, with tourist booklets and information boards. You could take the trail towards Les Lézards to view the canyon better, or go around Gypsum between Riez and Saint-Gers, or cross the likely named Toine to Les Sales-sur-Verdon. A dam flooded this village, or walk through the abandoned town of Châteauneuf-les-Moisches. Did you know the Camargue salt flats produce hundreds of thousands of tons of salt each year? But there's so much more to this beautiful region than just salt. Camargue Salt Flats in Provence. The Camargue Salt Flats are located in one of Europe's most extensive tracts of coastal marsh and have some incredible pink-colored saltwater pans, Selenidiagus mortis. This pink color is due to tiny red sporting algae manufacturing beta-carotene to shield it from sunlight, resulting in pink salty water. It should be noted that these salt flats are productive ones. The company extracts approximately 500,000 tons of salt annually. However, the Camargue is more than these pink lakes. The region is well known for the Camargue horse, a white horse that can still be ridden on a horse ride through the area. And make sure to take advantage of the flamingos. These pretty pink birds, symbolizing this region, are easily spotted at the Parc Ornithologique. The Camargue, painted in pink from the salt flats, white from the horses, and red from the flamingos, is a unique natural site in Provence, Alpes-Côte d'Azur, located below Arles. Want to see some breathtaking views? The Dune of Pilat gives you a stunning panorama of Aracan Bay and the pine forest. Keep watching to find out more. Dune of Pilat, a moving wonder of sand. The Dune of Pilat near Aracan, only 65 kilometers from Bordeaux, is Europe's tallest dune. An impressive sand mound between the sea and the shore. This sensational moving dune of Brigantine is approximately 3 kilometers long and about 0.5 kilometers wide. The dynamic sand sculpture formed by the Atlantic winds playing an everlasting seesaw on the front of sand between the ocean and forest areas. The dune contains a fantastic 60 million cubic meters of sand, and it feels like a desert by the sea. Getting to the top is an expedition, a soft, sandy slope, or 154 wooden steps, the more conventional route. At the top is an outstanding view of the Aracan Bay and Teste de Bouc Forest, an area of pine forest and dunes. Once you and your belongings have arrived at the bottom, whether walking, rolling, or sliding down, often popular among children, you can rest on the beach, bathe in the water, eat a meal, or drink with friends. For those seeking more adventure, opt for paragliding over the dunes, sandboarding, and, given the possibility, skiing in case there is snow in winter. Vast and isolated, the Dune of Pilat is, first and foremost, a site to visit for beautiful landscapes and intense fun. Did you know that famous artists like Monet painted the breathtaking views of Etretat? Even the cliffs have inspired incredible works of art. The stunning cliffs of Etretat. Etretat, a delightful Norman coastal resort, has been famous worldwide for its unique white chalk cliffs shaped by the forces of sea and wind for ancient years. These cliffs feature 3 impressive arches, the Porte de Mont and La Moneport, and the Porte de Val with its 51-meter-high spire. As much as you would like to appreciate the stunning beauty of the natural creation, try one of the trails that leads up to the top. There are great views up there. Countless artists have visited the place to paint, even great painters such as Gustave Courbet and Claude Monet painted here. One of Monet's famous works, Etretat, Le Moneporte, is in the Musée d'Orsay. Bellamy and Pierre E.T. Jean were written by writer Guy de Maupassant, who built a house here. The cliffs of Etretat also appear in literature, where, according to Maurice Leblanc's book The Hollow Needle, the gentleman thief Arsène Lupin buries his treasures. For those who enjoy reading Lupin, this rich experience can be revisited in the house and turned into a museum of artist Claude Lupin. Here, people can explore Lupin's stories divided into 7 steps while listening to the voice of Georges Descraches, the actor who portrayed Lupin in the television series, thus feeling myths come alive where they were invented. We're looking for a place to hike or swim. The Calanques offers some of the best spots for both. Are you ready to dive into this amazing adventure? The Calanques of Marseilles, a beautiful coastal wonderland. Only 20 kilometers south of Marseilles, the Calanques extended along the coast with a splendid combination of cliffs, rocks, sea, and adventure. They extend through the limestone mountains of Marseille-le-Vert and the Puget in deep and narrow routes, which are excellent for hiking and swimming in the sea. Since the area became one of the protected areas of the Parc National des Calanques in 2012, beautiful views of the rocky coast and numerous wildlife inhabitants have attracted tourists' attention. The most fortunate guests may have the possibility to see blue-white dolphins, inhabitants of the Mediterranean Sea, playing at the water's surface while hunting for fish. Nevertheless, the Calanques de Sormeo are not without their gems. This is the source of where mentioned by some authors to have been considered linked to the beginnings of Marseilles. In 6000 BC, people from Phocaea of Greece visited this Mediterranean coast, and Proteus was typical of King Nod. The story continues with the king's daughter, Gyptis, who loved a man for whom she gave a drink from the Fontaine des Voir well. These two married, and their union signified the start of the Greeks merging with the locals, which defined modern Marseilles. What makes the Jura region so unique? From hiking to fishing, there's something for everyone here. Want to discover the best spots? The Lakes of the Jura, a scenic wonderland. The Jura region lies in the Bourgogne-Franche-Comté area of France, right next to Switzerland, and seems like a haven for lovers of the great outdoors with beautiful lakes across the region. There are 70 crystal clear glacial lakes to enjoy hiking, mountain biking, and trout fishing throughout the Jura. You're welcome to take a dive along the Route des Lacs de Jura. It is a picturesque 150 kilometers drive across the area, which reaches places like the Lac des Vosges, the beautiful waterfalls of Cascades du Hérisson, and the Belvédère des Quatre Lacs viewpoint. For still more flowery beauty, Vallée du Hérisson and Plateau des Seven Lacs are a section of 31 lakes and waterfalls, the most breathtaking in France. Each lake has its charm. Lac de la Mora stands as the highest lake, which is private and ideal for fishing in icy water and suitable for skating and ice games in the winter, followed by a sandy beach for the visitors of the summer. The population of Roses and its vicinity is quite fond of the Lac des Roses, which offers waterside recreation throughout boating and walks in summer and ice skating in winter. The hiking trail, the Pic d'Aiguille, is nicknamed the Little Scotland of the Jura and makes you plunge into the picturesque view of the Les Four Lacs. Lac des Chalets is popular among families who expect to have fun in the water and in the summer, while Lac des Clairvaux is the warmest in the Jura region and suitable for swimming. One of the most recognized swimming areas in Lac des Vosges, called the Emerald Giant, it is 35 kilometers long with 3 marinas and sand beaches. It goes even further with the Isle of Maurice, a small island that became the favorite fishing zone in 1990. The Lac de Narlet has more of a touch of mystery as the local lore goes. There is an underwater village that can be heard once a year on Christmas Day. Each of the lakes of the Jura region offers its incredible beauty, a rich variety of species, and unique legends for fans who are resting in the open air. If you love nature and stories, the Courant des Rochers is a must-visit. Find out why this gem, this hidden gem, may I add, is so attractive and full of wonder. Courant des Rochers, a hidden gem of natural beauty. The wild and picturesque Courant des Rochers, a river from Lyon to the Atlantic, flows through Les Landes of France. This national park between Bayonne and Mimizan is spread across 3 picturesque cities and offers a colorful landscape of beaches, dunes, dense pine woods, marshes, and meandering brooks. The reserve is home to all vegetation and other forms of wildlife. Besides, visitors can reach the Dune Observatory to get a panoramic view of the Marais de la Pipe, inhabited by the diverse kinds of marshland animals, or, well, watched through the Mirador de Bois, where several birds found in the wet areas can be seen. Walking along the woodland paths in the pine-covered dunes, you can also see some other limited species of fauna, the European mink, gannet, or the southwestern water vole. All kinds of flowers grow here, forming a pretty symbolic scene. As the local story has it, this garden was created when an Egyptian princess spilled some seeds. Years ago, she ran from her country to escape the enemy, but now she lives by the Courant de Hochet. She brought her hibiscus flower, which blooms immediately when she steps in. Ducks brought a flower to entertain her, blooming just as beautifully. Before leaving, she left behind one last gift, the living or the everlasting flower in Greek, the helichrysum, which blooms in Bali throughout the year. France's natural beauty is a sight, offering something for every nature lover. Which of these stunning destinations would you like to explore first? Remember to enjoy this video and subscribe for more amazing travel content.